Hi, authors. It's Sarah. Thank you very much for joining me today here on my stream. We are going to be doing some more fun designs in Canva today. For our main focus for my design session will be creating some useful print materials for you to take when you are going to conferences. Now, I have done some streams about bookmarks, about business cards, and the like. And of course, those are like must haves for conference season. These are a few items that may or may not be conventional for you to think about or to use. But however, they can be very helpful when you are navigating the conference scene. So the two items that I'm going to be focusing on are a sign-up sheet for your newsletter. Now, with a sign-up sheet at a conference, what's really nice is that if you are doing a signing or you're sitting at a table and you have a nice sign-up sheet for your newsletter, you can get some more folks interested, get more engagement, but it's also a nice way to present yourself and your author brand. So rather than just having a blank piece of paper with your name on it, we can make something that's really fun and colorful and enticing that's very easy to make in Canva, and you can print it out on regular paper using your printer. So that's going to be the first item that we are going to look at today. And the next printed material that we are going to be working on is a one-pager. This could be really helpful if you're doing kind of like a quick author takeover, a author speed dating type thing, or again, if you're sitting out, doing a book signing or whatnot, you can have a nice one pager that, capsules your either your latest book offering or a book that you want to promote, or maybe it's all your books in general. You can design it in a really nice way that, again, showcases your brand, reinforces the colors that you use so that people will begin to associate those colors with you as they are becoming more familiar with your marketing materials. And again, it's just a really nice networking tool, very professional to have and be able to utilize. These are items that you can very easily make in Canva on the fly. Doesn't take a lot of time and effort. We're going to be doing that on the stream today. So, if you are going to a conference, I know there's one next week, time is running out, but hey, takes a couple minutes to whip one up and have this really nice offering for readers when you meet them at these conferences. So without further ado, let us get into designing. So for today, I'm going to start with the newsletter sign up. And for my newsletter sign up, I am just going to be doing something very, very simple in regards to the size. It's going to be an 8.5 by 11, so just like a regular piece of paper. I am just going to see here if they have one that is kind of pre-sized for me. Here we go. Perfect. So again, that was a print flyer, and we're kind of already in like a print mode, which is really nice within Canva. And there are going to be a couple different items that we explore while we are putting together that newsletter sign-up sheet. So first things first, I always like, especially when I'm doing something that is maybe not directly to do with book branding per se, I love going into their templates and seeing what they have available, because I'm sure somewhere along the line somebody has come up with a sign-up form that we can use as our base. And if it isn't available for us to use a base, then we make it on our own. But I always like to see like what I have available to me. So let's just see sign up. Sign up sheet. And what I'm looking for are lines. I want to make sure that I've got some lines for people. And I'm not seeing anything immediately. This one was kind of sort of on the mark, but not really what I'm looking for. Let's see, sign up newsletter. Oh, that's like if you are signing up for a newsletter. Okay, so we're not gonna start with a template on this one. That's fine. We're gonna use our brand hub. And right away, I'm gonna switch in, and you'll notice that I'm gonna be operating from this new brand hub marker. For those of you who haven't been into Canva within recent weeks, they have really done a lot to revamp the interface. having all of our branded items in one place rather than having to like scroll down and go to the logo section or go to the text section or all that stuff. Like everything's now in one spot, which is really nice. So I'm going to switch over to my Sarah Burr author brand that I have configured. And for the purpose of this newsletter, I'm usually all about using my logo, putting my logo on everything that I can possibly put it on. But I actually have like all, if I, pull up my bookmarks, I have like my logo on my bookmarks. I have a postcard that I'm giving out. My logo is going to be there. So I'm not going to lean into my logo as much as what my newsletter offering is going to be about, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to use the heading that I normally use in my logo. So if I pull up my logo here, you'll see Sarah E. Burr, the same type of logo that I'm using. And again, I'm pulling that from the fonts that I've already created within my brand kit. So we're already off to a good start. So see if I can type my name correctly. And we're going to put Sarah E. Burr right at the top of the page because we want to make sure people know what they are signing up for. When it comes to a newsletter sign-up list, it's really nice because by signing up, a individual is basically confirming that they are willing to receive your newsletter, so they don't have to do all that crazy like CAPTCHA stuff and prove they're not a robot, all that stuff. You just have to collect the information on your end for that upload. So Sarah E. Burr, that's my newsletter. I'm going to pull up my brand colors that I have here. I don't want that to be the background. I want it to be a white background. And let's see here. I don't know if that's actually white. It's like an off-white color. There we go. Okay. So I've got Sarah E. Burr in purple, my signature purple. I am going to then do a little swap because my newsletter deals a lot with my book series. I'm actually going to use the logos for my book series to emphasize to be the graphics of part of this part of the newsletter sign up. So first I'm going to pull up my Glenmeyer Whim mysteries with my cute little cats and dogs, so people know that I do write cozies that have pets in them, even though the trending topic mysteries don't. For my logo for the trending topic mysteries, I'm going to go with this color. I think it goes better with the two that I have here. And we're going to play around with where these are actually going to live at the end of this. But those are going to be my main graphics for the moment. I'm going to go back to my brand hub. Well, actually, I'm already there. I just have to go back here. I'm going to go to my text section and again swap over to Sarah E. Burr. And then I'm going to do a little sub header here where I'm going to indicate newsletter sign up sheet. All right. Is sign up one word or two? I have to verify. Let me see. Newsletter sign up. Ugh, they don't give you, there's like not a, it's like all over the place. You can have a space, you can have the hyphen, you can have like it as one word. I like a hyphen, so I'm using a hyphen for this. So I'm telling my audience what I'm doing, and I'm actually, while I'm doing this, because I'm going to show you guys how to do this on the fly. I'm going to go back to my homepage. I'm going to go to my brand hub because I had a encounter with like a new font that I am in love with, and I want it to begin to be my my like go-to font. I am always going to use my heading font. I like using the body font. The one I'm going to switch out for my author brand is my subheading because the subheading font that I've been using is really more for my cozies. So I'm going to go pop over and update to this, and you can see it's under recently used because I've been using it so much to this new font here. So we're going to begin to use that and incorporate that in here. Now, what'll be interesting if I switch, let's just switch out of my author brand real quick, bring it back up. I want to see if it takes effect immediately. It does. Sweet. So now I can bring up this new font that I've absolutely fallen in love with, that I've been using it a lot in my items that are cross-cozy, cross-Sarah Burr type marketing. All right, so we have some basics here with our sign-up sheet. I think I'm going to have my icons live at the bottom of the page for now. And we'll see. Let's hope they don't get in the way of the actual sign-up. And then on my sign-up sheet, I'm going to zoom in a little so we can read it a bit better. I'm going to bring in another round of text. And this is where I'm just going to write like, hey, this is what you are signing up for when you sign up for my newsletter. Stay connected with Sarah and receive access to exclusive short stories. Again, making sure that you highlight like what about your newsletter makes it worth reading. So I'm going to put that little info right here. I'm going to make the line spacing a little tighter. And I'm going to change my font color to, let's just go to black. All right. So we have the basic information. So now I want to explore the lines because people need a little bit of guidance as to what they need to put and the information, as well as where to put that information. So I'm going to go ahead and put first name, last name, so that you can, if you use like something that like pulls that information from your newsletter, that's a great way. And then email. So we have these items, lining them up here. I'm going to play with the size in just a moment. Now I need to figure out this line thing. And first I'm just going to type in like almost like page lines. It'd be cool if they had like some almost transparent. Ooh, I love this. It's a little rough. Ooh, I love this. However, it's a little rough. And it's not going to give me like that many lines. But this is the style that I'm going for. So let's take a look and see if we have magic recommendations. These don't really work for me. But we're just getting started. Let's see. So I could do something along the lines of this, where I make this my background, kind of. I don't hate this. But I do need to figure out like how to make it a little more scalable. Let's use the fun new positioning tools that they have in with the layers. I'm going to bring this to the back layer. I like it. I still think it's going to be, I mean, again, that's only, what, 10 signups. You want to have, I think you want to have a little bit more. So I might have to do this freestyle. Ooh, actually. Let's see how big this goes. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So no worries. Freestyling it is. So I am going to just type in line. Come into the lines and shapes section. And now we have a little bit more freedom as to how many lines we have, what it really looks like. We can go in here, this line style. I could do dots. I could do dashes. I could do big dashes. Though I could make my line weight even smaller so that it's not as like thick and glaring. I like that. And I can change my color. I do love purple. And let's just drag it across here. Gotta figure out this margin thing. Let's bring in the rulers so I can see where on the page this will actually be. And I also need to make sure that, is it just me or does this look like it's, there we go. It wasn't straight. Okay. I'm liking this. I'm actually going to move my first name to show like where end is. Let's get last name. Let's get email all aligned. Probably want to leave the most space for email. And then let's just do control copy. And let's see. It seems big enough. And then what we can do is we get savvier and add more lines is we can actually shift click both of them to copy and drag down so that they're equidistant from each other. I'm going to highlight it again. Although I think this one's a little not as equidistant. All right, so let's start over. Okay, start from the beginning. All right, so those are all equal. Copy again. All equal. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 lines. So that's better already than we had with our original ones. And there we go. And then bring these bad boys to the front so that the lines are behind them. Okay. There we go. All right. And then I'm going to take some bigger lines and come down here, do my turn to give some segments so that people can have space to write their name. Oof. This is where it gets really hard because look at that. It's like not quite straight. Oh, I just missed the 90. There it is. Okay. Oh gosh, I messed it up again. Let's just do undo. I'll leave it that way. It still doesn't look. There we go. Okay. And then we'll do control copy. And that'll be how far we do last name. And then now we have first name, last name, email. Perfect. And actually what I'm going to end up doing is dragging big. Doing a lot of copying of the style to make it all equal. Perfect. Excellent. And then I'm going to do this. And, whoops. I'm highlighting everything so that I can move it all up so that those lines aren't as overlapping with my icons. And it gives me some more room to add additional lines at the bottom. Perfect. And there's like a random line that I have in here. So I'm going to use this fun layer feature and see if I can find which one I'm looking for. There it is. And I'm just going to delete it. Awesome. So perfect. So now I have this nice newsletter sign up. I've got multiple lines here. What I would probably do when I'm printing this out is I'd probably print a couple copies. So like have 2 set up at my table wherever I am situated and be ready to go. I'm going to add a little bit more flair to this just so that people know what they're getting when they sign up for one of my newsletters. They are going to have lots of fun, pretty colors coming in. Let's go to, let's bring up some candles. We know I love a good candle. And let's turn it into something that is Sarah Burr color approved. Let's see here. Ooh, not that. Actually, I'm going to go with a lighter purple. Awesome. So now we have that nice symmetry. Now let's just do some social media so they know I'm also one of those kind of people. I love this. And I've been using this a lot in my prep for the release of Tag Me for Murder. So this will be good. I want to actually see if I can switch up the colors that I'm using. Because just to have it a little bit more on brand. Ooh, that's a bit much. Bit much. Let's look at color mix. Still a bit too bright. Maybe this one. I'm gonna have this like extend off the page a little bit. I think we're good. I want, you know what I need? I need a gold accent. Gold line. Because those are my 2 colors, and I've really only leaned into the purple here. Ooh, this is pretty. It's a bit too, like, it might be a bit too fancy for the vibe that I'm going for. I like the look, but I don't like the like color per se of the gold. Something just simple like this. Nope. Again, it's like too green. I need to like embrace more of the gold tones. That's the color that I'm going for. So we're almost on the right spot. I think instead I'm just going to go with a decorated line and make it my goldy color. That's in my brand kit. There we go. All right. I think that's the look that I'm going for more. But I want a different line. One that's like a little bit more cozy in nature. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to go into one of my Facebook banners that I've used in the past. I have a line there that I love because it's like a little heart and it's super cozy. And that's the look that I'm going for. There we go. Perfect. And that ties in with the hearts that I have over in the corner. So I'm going to group this info up a little bit more so that there's a little room. I love it. Perfect. All right. So now I have my newsletter sign up that folks can use. I can just go to share, download this to, I would do a PDF print file and make sure that I'm using the CMYK color profile so that the colors that I've created are like the colors that I've chosen. This is a Canva Pro setting. So if you aren't using Canva Pro, I don't think that you have the option to switch it from RGB. Usually the difference is not too severe. However, just be forewarned that the colors may not look either as vibrant or as deep as they may look when you are using when you're printing with CMYK. So we've got my my newsletter sign up sheet 2023. And we're all good to go with that. It's a nice, it's got a lot of my author brand colors in it. I'm giving the people who are signing up a sense of like what they're in for when they sign up for my newsletter. I'm giving them a little blurb of that they get access to short stories, which is pretty cool. And they, again, know like these are going to be the things that I'm talking about. So with that said, I want to switch over to a one-pager that you can hand out at events. It really makes for a nice little summary of who you are. So if we go to, I actually have an existing project open that I'm going to be modifying to make this. So again, like think of it as like a template that I'm working from. And this is a one pager media kit that like is who you are, up at the top, your latest book, awards, acclaim that this particular book has won, and then of course ending with your website where folks can sign up for your newsletter. So this one I had made a while ago when back when You Can't Handle the Truth was announced as a finalist for the Indie Book Awards, when it was a finalist for the Silver Falchion Award. So I'm going to basically use this template, but update it with my new book, Tag Me for Murder. And so I'm going to do my handy dandy little duplicate. I actually can pretty much leave a lot of the stuff at the top because it's just my bio. I don't think that I've had anything updated since then. I might make it a little shorter depending on how much space we need to free up down here. But what I will be doing, because this was really kind of promoting me, promoting my You Can't Handle the Truth book, which both happen to love purple, I'm going to have to do a little bit of updating with my color palette that I'm using because I do want to make sure that I'm highlighting Tag Me for Murder in its cover as best as possible. So right away, I'm going to come into my brand hub. I'm going to switch over to the trending topic mysteries. And I have my color palette for Tag Me for Murder already designed. I'm curious what this shuffle is. I don't know what this shuffle. Oh, I see. Interesting. So it like updates everything on the page to your brand color. That's kind of fun. Ooh, wow, that was really cool. That's kind of exactly what I wanted it to do. So awesome. This little like shuffle thing really helps you like just take your color palette and apply it to a particular page. So with that said, I'm going to get rid of some things here. I'm going to bring in my my book, Tag Me for Murder. And because the color palette is just like so on point, we're definitely going to have to make this pop out. And how I'm going to do that is edit image, shadows. You'll notice I'm still using the old photo update because I don't think they've updated it to have the shadows on it. So I'm still waiting for that to occur. So I'm going to use the shadow to actually give myself a little border and bring down the blur on this. I don't even know if I want any blur. I don't think I do. The color here. Do I want it to be, I think I want it to be a little different. Yeah, I want it to be this pink. Awesome. One thing that I'm going to have to do here, which will be interesting. Let me see if I edit the image. I don't think that if I, yeah, it keeps the, so let's restore the original image. Because I don't want that yellow border. I want a border that's more in line with what we have going on here. I love using the shadow to also help me get like an automatic border. I'm going to bring it down to 4 here. Apply. Okay. So my colors here are the same for my pictures. All right. Cool. Coming in. And let me pull up my product description because I do not have that memorized at the top of my head. Let's see here. The thing with this one, it's a pretty big product description. So we're definitely going to have to whittle it down because I don't want to like have too much here. But because this book is just coming out, I don't have any like awards or anything for it. So I can probably make up for lost space on there. So we've got When Murder Trends Too Close to Home. let's just see how much space I'm gonna need to have to like get rid of. Probably gonna be a bunch. Ooh, yeah. All right. No worries. Let's first I'm gonna get rid of these. And I'm gonna put my review section down here because I'll pull reviews for this particular book. I'm gonna actually swap out my little medal that I have here, and I'm gonna come in with my logo. Oops. All right, definitely gonna make this smaller, but we'll work with what we have for the moment. Okay. So what I want to focus on doing right at this moment is making my product description a little bit more consumable, or a little more like quippy. And let's see if I have actually saved, if I have saved a shorter version of what my book is about. Because I have written a lot of copy for this. So I'm just referring to some of my old posts here. All right. Well, let's come up with it on the fly. Social media influencer Coco Klein will have to swipe through a sea of trolls to tag a killer. Let's do a... All right, until Rosalind moved next door. Okay, so this, I think the first paragraph is a good scene setting. Then we are going to... Coco and her friends do their best to avoid the confrontational duo. And then when Larry Dunmer washes ashore dead with a corkscrew out of his neck, the suspect spotlight lands on Jasper. Ooh, that's not how you spell corkscrew. Let's zoom in a little because I honestly can't even see this tiny typing out here. Okay. All right. After cracking her first case, let's get rid of Coco's. Coco Klein's life is finally getting back to normal. Thrive Business devoted boyfriend and two besties living right up the street. Coco is said to have the most fun summer of her life. Let's just have the best summer ever. Her two friends living right up the street. It's the best summer ever until Larry and Rosalind Donmar move to the condo next door. Coco and her friends do their best to avoid... Let's do squad. Do their best to avoid the confrontational duo. Toward Jasper. For his multimedia empire. When Larry washes ashore dead. Worse. When Larry washes ashore dead, with a corkscrew sticking out of his neck, the suspect lands on Jasper. In full-on panic mode, Coco decides to use tech-savvy soothing skills for his rapid ruin. Turn to the beaches of Central Shores as Coco Klein squad assembled to catch a killer. They get canceled permanently. All right, perfect. So, cut it down a little bit. Still have enough information. Actually, I am going to delete this one. Oops, almost deleted the whole paragraph. All right, perfect. So we have our blurb, so folks know what Tag Me for Murder is. I am going to add in another text box here. This one I'm going to use my fun new subheading that I've added into my brand. I'm going to do book 2 in the trending topic mysteries. And you can see, since we used that cool like color swapper thing in the brand hub, that all of my text is like coming in as part of those as part of that color palette, which is really nice. Make this a little so they know it's a series. And then I think I'm actually going to refer back to Follow Me for Murder for the quotes, because I want people to be intrigued enough. If they haven't read Follow Me for Murder, they'll like, ooh, okay, I should pick this up too. So let me grab some quotes from that. To do some formatting for these. Probably we'll have to cut. There we go. Excellent. And then I'm going to pull a couple quotes from the Tag Me for Murder as well. So it'll be a nice mix of both. So let me pull up those. I've yet to put all of my reviews in one place. For this one, so I'm like scrambling all over where I've seen them. Let's see. Let's just get 5 stars. Let's see here. I know I had a really good one. I did save some. Whoops, here we go. This is a perfect one. As much as I want to have my comparison to Nancy Drew on here. I wonder, I think people should know This might be making an assumption, but I'm going to remove the author of, so that I just save a little bit more room, and that folks will have like immediate access to the series names rather than having to keep on reading. And let's see. Now I need to adjust these colors. Ooh, they actually kind of did them, but I don't like how they turned out. I think I'm gonna do, let's see, blue, possibly? Blue and white? Maybe just white? Ooh, I like that. Change all. There we go. So now I have my, where did they go? They're like super, super light. But I think I like that. I don't want the stars to be like overbearing at this point. So if I zoom out, now I have this nice little like one pager that I can hand out if I was, sitting at my table or doing anything in regards to, a malice around, author speed dating, something along those lines. This serves as not only a nice reference tool for yourself, so that you can, feel confident and comfortable when you're speaking. You can use this as reference, but it makes for a great handout. And if you're printing it at home, if you have a matte finish on it, you can make sure that you can sign it at the bottom, and it makes for a fun little souvenir. So again, one pagers are another great tool that are, you have your bio information up at the top, your book information in the middle, and any kind of like promo stuff that you can think of at the bottom. Oh, you know what I should put? Because I'm going to be like doing my blog tour after Malice. I could put like a little, notice at the bottom. Join Coco on her blog tour starting May 2nd. And this is, so that's again, and then it like serves as like a nice little announcement for folks to catch up with you in any like upcoming events that you have. It's a great way to advertise that in there. So we covered some good ground. Again, we did a newsletter sign up sheet that, while basic, still is giving your reader and potential follower information about you. You're using brand colors and making, showing off your series information and all that good stuff. Again, this makes for a really nice tool to use when you're sitting out doing any signings or sitting at a table, what have you. It looks more professional than just writing your name at the top of a page. So it shows a little prep work ahead of time. And again, was pretty easy to configure. And then, of course, we went through designing a one pager that talks about yourself as the author, your latest book, any accolades or like fun dates or events coming up to really show off your latest release. And again, it makes for a good reference material for yourself in case you blank while you're talking about your book. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope that this information has proved helpful. And as I am preparing to go to conferences myself, I will be on sharing more tips and tricks in Canva that can help you with your book promotion, whether it be social media or items that you can create and print yourself. So again, thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate you being here. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, or you can visit my author content creation service, bookstobundles.com. And hopefully you will all enjoy the weekend. Thanks again for joining. Have a good one.